Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Pinky ma'am.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are.
Am
Good
I
morning, sir.
visible? Good morning. Am I visible also?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
बड़ा कर दें और ठीक बोल दें उनको ऑर्गेनाइजर को स्टार्ट करेंगे
Namaskar, sir. Shall we start, sir?
सर आपसे अनुमति मांग रहे हैं शुरू करें यस प्लीज
धन्यवाद, सर.
ओके
नमस्कार. नमस्कार. श्री विश्वकर्मा कौशल विश्वविद्यालय पलवल हरियाणा और मणि किए जा रहे दूसरे अंतर्राष्ट्रीय सम्मेलन स्टार्टअप वेंचर्स टेक्नोलॉजी डेवलपमेंट एंड फ्यूचर स्ट्रेटजीज SVTDFS 2022 में मैं डॉक्टर प्रीति इस कॉन्फ्रेंस के शुभारंभ समारोह में आप सब बड़े हर्ष का विषय है कि इस कॉन्फ्रेंस के माननीय मुख्य अतिथि महामहिम श्री बंडारू दत्तात्रेय राज्यपाल हरियाणा और कुलाधिपति श्री विश्वकर्मा कौशल विश्वविद्यालय हैं. माननीय महामहिम इस कॉन्फ्रेंस के शुभारंभ समारोह में विश्वविद्यालय परिवार एवं मणिपाल विश्वविद्यालय की ओर से मैं आपका हार्दिक स्वागत और अभिनंदन करती हूँ। शुभारंभ समारोह के अध्यक्ष श्री राज नेहरू, माननीय कुलपति श्री विश्वकर्मा कौशल विश्वविद्यालय का स्वागत और अभिनंदन है। कार्यक्रम के विशिष्ट अतिथि श्री प्रगुन जिंदल खेतान, वाइस चेयरमैन एवं मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर जिंदल एल्यूमिनियम लिमिटेड और उपस्थित अन्य गणमान्य व्यक्तियों का हम विश्वविद्यालय परिवार की ओर से स्वागत करते हैं। आप सभी का हार्दिक अभिनंदन। कार्यक्रम का आरंभ करते हुए मैं प्रोफेसर आर.एस. राठौर, रजिस्ट्रार श्री विश्वकर्मा कौशल विश्वविद्यालय को स्वागत भाषण के लिए आमंत्रित करती हूँ।
Thank you, Dr. Preeti. Namaskar. On behalf of Shri Vishwakarma Skill University, Manipal University, Jaipur, and the organizing committee of the second International Conference on Startup Ventures, Technology Development and Future Strategies, SVTDFS 2022, I take this privilege to welcome the chief guest of the event, His Excellency Sri Bandaru Dattatreya, Honorable Governor, Haryana, in this conference. Presence of His Excellency will not only motivate all participants, but all researchers and budding entrepreneurs who will be benefited with the vast experience of His Excellency in the field of skill and entrepreneurship development. He was the main architect of the newly created Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship during his tenure as Central Minister. I take this privilege to welcome the guest of honor of this event, Shri Raj Nehru, Vice Chancellor, Shri Vishwakarma Skill University, who is the founder Vice Chancellor of India's first government skill university and has been recognized as a skill guru in the country for his efforts to standardize the skill entrepreneurship and startup ecosystem in the country. A very warm welcome to Sri Pragun Jindal Khetan, MD of Jindal Aluminium Limited, for accepting our invitation and joining us as a special invitee to motivate all the participants in this international conference. I take this opportunity to welcome the leadership team of both universities, Professor Neetu Bhatnagar, Registrar, Professor R.S. Shekhawat, Dr. Kulwant Singh, and all deans, faculty from Manipal University, and Professor Jyoti Rana, Dean Academics, Professor Ashish Srivastav, Dean Skill Faculty of Applied Science and Humanities, Professor Suresh Kumar, Dean Skill Faculty of Engineering and Technology, and all other deans, chairperson, head of the department from Sri Vishwakarma Skill University. I also welcome the team of industrial associates from PhD Chamber of Commerce and Industries for supporting this international conference. All the young innovators who will be showcasing their startup are also welcome for their active participation in this international conference. The success of any conference depends upon the participation of speakers and researchers. So I take this opportunity to welcome all the eminent speakers from national and international organizations and profound researchers in SVTDFS 2020. On behalf of whole organizing team, a very hearty welcome to one and all who have taken out their precious time to participate in this event and to make this event a success. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for such a warm welcome. अब मैं आमंत्रित करना चाहूंगी मणिपाल यूनिवर्सिटी जयपुर के रजिस्ट्रार प्रोफेसर नीतू भटनागर को कि वे हमें कॉन्फ्रेंस के बारे में जानकारी दें।
Thank you. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Chief guest of today's inaugural program, His Excellency Shri Bandaru Dattatreya, Governor of Haryana and Chancellor of Shri Vishwakarma Skill University, Haryana. Guest of honor, Shri Raj Nehru, Honorable Vice Chancellor, SVSU, Professor R.S. Rathod, Registrar, SVSU, Professor Rajveer Singh Shekhawat, Dean Faculty of Engineering, Manipal University, Jaipur, Professor Jyoti Rana, Dean Academic Affairs, SBSU. Special invitee, Mr. Pragun Jindal Khaitan, VC and MD, Jindal Aluminium Limited. Professor Ashish Srivastava, Conference Chair and Dean, SPARS, SBSU. Dr. Kulwant Singh, Conference Chair and Deputy Director, Entrepreneurship Cell, MUJ. Other respected dignitaries from academia industry, organizing committee members, and my dear participants. I really feel privileged to be part of this second international conference on startup ventures, technology developments, and future strategies, being jointly organized by Sri Vishwakarma Skill University, Haryana, and Manipal University, Jaipur. I, on behalf of our President and management, express my sincere gratitude to our Chief Guest, His Excellency Governor of Haryana and Chancellor SBSU Haryana, Sri Bandaru Dattatreya, for sparing his valuable time and blessing us with his august presence. We're really honored, sir, with your benign presence. Thank you for having agreed to be part of this conference. Thank you, sir. We are also fortunate and grateful to have amongst us Sri Raj Nehru, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sri Vishwakarma Skill University, Haryana, who has played a key role in orchestrating this entire conference and have given this opportunity to hold this conference in collaboration with SVSA. Thank you so much, sir. On behalf of MUJ leadership, I welcome all the other dignitaries, our faculty colleagues, students, all young entrepreneurs and innovators participating in this second international conference on SVTDFS 2022. The first edition of this conference was organized in 2018 at Manipal University, Jaipur, with the initiative and active leadership of current organizing chairs of this edition. Sir, our university started with a very humble beginning of about 250 students in the core branches of engineering in the year 2011 as a state private university. Today, we have become multidisciplinary university with about 10,000 students across all streams of engineering, science, management, social sciences, art, design, architecture, journalism, law, etc. 2 years back, we had started with Directorate of Online Education, which itself has crossed a strength of about 10,000 students. We are NAC A+ accredited with NIRF ranking in the band of 100 to 150, and many more accolades which we have received, not only from the government of Rajasthan, but also from government of India. Coming to the theme of the conference, I would say India being a country with a young population, providing jobs to everybody is nearly impossible. Entrepreneurship, innovations, and startups are the answers to this pertinent issue in the country so that the youth may become self-sufficient. Government of India has taken many steps in this direction to provide opportunity to the youth, skill them, and provide funding opportunity. There are many initiatives of the Government of India, such as the Skill India, Mudra Loan, Startup India, which are commendable schemes that is helping to transform Indian youth from job seekers to entrepreneurs and job providers. Providing opportunities for entrepreneurship and innovation to Indian youth is not only the responsibility of the government, but every institution or organization should contribute in this direction. With the objective of encouraging the spirit of entrepreneurship and innovative technology-based startups that have an application and impact in the core sectors of economy, Manipal University, Jaipur also started with the Entrepreneurship Cell and also was selected as one of the Atal Incubation Centers by AIC, Niti Aayog, Government of India. DST Rajasthan has also acknowledged our university as a center of excellence and has designated it as Technology Demonstration and Training Center to conduct trainings for skill enhancement and upliftment of social status of rural population in Rajasthan. This international conference, as part of our decennial year celebration, is also a step in this direction. It is catering in two different ways. Firstly, it is providing an international open forum for the researchers, academicians, practitioners, startup ventures, and technocrats in academia as well as industries from different parts of the world to interact, exchange concepts, prototypes, innovate research ideas, and share the outcomes of their research work, which could especially contribute to the academic arena and future benefit the business, industrial community, and the society at large. In this particular conference, I have been informed that we have received more than 160 research contributions. Selected articles from these submissions will be presented during these 2 days. The selected and presented papers based on the scope will be also going to be published in Scopus Index Proceedings of Materials Today Elsewhere, Web of Science Index Journals, Advances and Applications in Mathematical Sciences, and also a book series entitled Futuristic Manufacturing, perpetual advancement and research challenges through CRC Press. Now, this is very commendable. Another very important aspect of this conference is to provide the young entrepreneurs with a physical platform to showcase their products. Manipal University, Jaipur is hosting the Startup Mela as a part of this conference. And I've been told that there are a total of 15 young startups who will showcase their products during this Startup Mela 1.0. I'm sure all the participants will be greatly benefited with the very rich deliberations that are going to happen during these 2 days through the keynote, plenary, and invited lectures by renowned researchers and entrepreneurs from all over the globe. I once again thank our chief guest for being part of this conference and giving his blessings. I wish the participants a great learning ahead and wish the organizers all the very best. Thank you. Namaskar.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. अब मैं डीन फैकल्टी ऑफ इंजीनियरिंग मणिपाल यूनिवर्सिटी जयपुर प्रोफेसर राजवीर सिंह शेखावत से अनुरोध करूंगी कि वे यंग एंटरप्रेन्योर इनोवेशन अवार्ड की घोषणा करें.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to this very important event conducted jointly by the Manipal University Jaipur and the Skill University of Haryana. I welcome Honorable Chief Guest, His Excellency Sri Bandaru Dattatreya, as today's Chief Guest of the function. Professor Raj Nehru, who is the Vice Chancellor of the Skill University. The registrars of both the universities, Dr. Neetu Bhatnagar, Professor R.S. Rathod, organizing convener, Dr. Kulwant Singh and Dr. Ashish. I welcome you all to this inaugural function. And it is my privilege here to announce one of the very important awards that has been constituted under this conference series. The SV TDFS was envisioned to provide a platform where the young entrepreneurs, inventors, researchers, academicians, and industry experts discuss from the ideation stage to the commercialization of the startups, innovations, and entrepreneurship. In order to inspire the startup ventures, the organizing committee of SV TDFS has decided to bestow the Young Entrepreneur Award in every edition of this conference. This award will inspire the young entrepreneurs to achieve their dream and develop the courage to something different in life, to make her own path, who is connected to society and be ready to give back to society. With these motives, in this first edition of the award, we have nominated Mr. Pragun Jindal Khetan, Vice Chairman and Managing Director, Jindal Aluminium, who is the source of inspiration for young entrepreneurs. Mr. Pragun is not just an entrepreneur, but also a philanthropist who always thinks for the society at large and gives back in whatever way he can. A person like him is a role model for the youth and society at large. We are sure that inspiring personality of Mr. Pragun will encourage the young innovators. Mr. Jindal Khetan joined Jindal Aluminium Limited as its whole-time director in 2013 at a very young age of 21 years. Under his leadership, the parent company grew at an attractive rate, exceeding the industry CAGR. Over these years, Jindal Aluminium Limited's revenue has multiplied 5 times. He has also led the flat rolled division from inception to being the second largest supplier in India. His finesse and acumen to comprehend the future business environment have enabled the company to enter India's renewable energy bandwagon. He is the driving force behind digitalization and transformation at Jindal Aluminium. Now, a short video of Mr. Pragun is being presented by the organizers. So please wait for the video. Thank you. To being the second largest supplier in India, his finesse and acumen to comprehend the future business environment have enabled the company to enter India's renewable energy bandwagon.
Good morning to all the
He
participants.
is the driving force
organizing
behind
the universities.
digitalization and
It was so nice
transformation
to
at
witness
Jindal
top
Aluminium.
universities coming together to promote flagship
Now,
programs
a
like
short
Startup India.
video of Mr. Pagun
Such initiatives
is
and
being
industry
presented
participation
by
is
the
required
organizers.
to
So
motivate
please
young and budding entrepreneurs.
wait for the video.
I welcome
Thank
the
you.
Honorable Governor
So
of
being the
Haryana,
second largest
Shri Bandaru Dattatreya,
supplier in
and
India,
thank the Honorable President of
his
Manipal
finesse
University,
and
Jaipur,
acumen to
Dr.
comprehend
Gopal
the
Krishna
future business
Prabhu,
environment have
Honorable Vice
enabled the
Chancellor of Sri
company to
Vishwakarma
enter
Skill
India's
University,
renewable
Shri Raj
energy
Nehru.
bandwagon.
Good morning, conference chairs,
He is
Dr.
the driving
Kulwant
force
Singh and
behind
Dr. Ashish
digitalization and
It
transformation
such
at
an
the
incredible
cell
universe platform, coming together to promote
Now,
flagship programs
a
like
short
conference on startup
video
ventures,
of Mr.
technology,
Pagun
such initiatives
is
and
being
industry participation
presented
is
by
a
the
testament
organizers.
to everyone's
Please,
young and making India the world's
wait for
largest
the
startup. I welcome the Honorable Governor of
being the
Haryana.
second
I congratulate
largest
Shri Bandaru, all the entrepreneurs
supplier
and
in
their team,
India,
and thanks for being part of this
his
innovative
finesse
system of
and
cyber
acumen to
no matter
comprehend
what
the future business environment
and that's
have
just by
enabled the
striking of what I
company
have
to
learned
enter
from Dr.
India's
Sitaram Jindal, Shri
renewable
Raj
energy.
Nehru.
I think there was some small technical hiccup. I'm sure the organizers will sort this out and again probably play the video of Mr. Pragun. Yenika?
Yes, sir.
And that's
Have
just by
enabled
striking
the
of what I have
company
learned
to
from
enter
Dr.
India's
University,
renewable
Shri Raj,
energy.
coming together to promote flagship programs like Startup India. Such initiatives and industry participation is required.
I think there was some
budding
small
entrepreneurs.
technical hiccup.
I welcome the Honorable
I'm
Governor
sure
of
the
Haryana,
organizers
Shri
will
Bandaru
sort this
Dattatreya,
out
and thank the
and
Honorable
again
President of
probably
Manipal
play the
University,
video
Jaipur,
of Mr.
Dr. Gopal Krishna Prabhu, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Sri Vishwakarma Skill University, Shri Raj Nehru,
Yenika?
and conference chairs,
Yes, sir.
Dr. Kulwant Singh and Dr. Ashish. And that's
Have
just by
enabled the
striking of what I have
company
learned
to
from
enter
Dr.
India's
University,
renewable
Shri Raj,
energy.
coming together to promote the second.
Yeah, sorry for the
Okay, we
technical
can drop
glitch.
them.
Yes, sir. We are continuing, sir. Thank you, sir. कार्यक्रम को आगे बढ़ाते हुए मैं श्री विश्वकर्मा कौशल विश्वविद्यालय के माननीय कुलपति श्री राज नेहरू से सभा को संबोधित करने का अनुमोदन करती हूँ। Over to you, sir.
Thank you. His Excellency, Honorable Governor of Haryana and the Honorable Chancellor of Shri Vishwakarma Skill University, Shri Bandaru Dattatreya ji, Registrar of the University of Manipal University, Dean Academics of Manipal University, Registrar of Shri Vishwakarma Skill University, Dean Academics of Shri Vishwakarma Skill University, and Professor Ashish Srivastava and all other organizers. It's a matter of great pride for all of us that when India has entered into the league of third, become the third largest ecosystem for startups in the world and has touched more than 100 unicorns. It's a matter of great pleasure for us that we are organizing such workshops, such seminars, and such conferences which give further boost to startups in India. As we all know, India today has got more than 69,000 startups registered, and almost every month we are registering 500 startups and providing almost employment to millions of the people through these startups, where these startups are largely ranging into IT sector, healthcare sector, education sector, and agriculture sector, and trying to disrupt the areas where India has a huge potential. It gives me immense pleasure to share that such conferences will further encourage the youths of India to come forward with more innovative ideas, which has got a huge potential to create innovative models, innovative organizations, innovative startups that will not only boost the employability in India, but will also boost the economic models that India is thriving on and trying to become the world leader in next few years. I think the dream of Honorable Prime Minister to make India a 5 trillion economy largely rests on the kind of the startup ecosystem culture that we will be able to strengthen. And with such initiatives, I'm sure the young blood in the country will be encouraged to come forward and bring in some innovative ideas, and that can help and disrupt the coming days for the growth. We need to see how we can address the challenges and the problems of the nation. We are a developing country, and there are hundreds and thousands of problems waiting for us to be converted into small ideas, small innovative solutions that can eventually lead in developing startups and entrepreneurial enterprises. So with that, I wish the organizers all the best, and the papers that will be presented, I wish all the best to everyone for organizing this workshop. And I'm sure this second conference will boost the purpose and the idea with which this conference has been organized. I'm once again thankful to the Honorable Chancellor of Sri Vishwakarma Skill University. It is his leadership under which the university is today thriving and becoming the most popular university in India for setting up the dual education model, along with setting up the recognition of prior learning in higher education that will further strengthen the startup mindset and startup ecosystem in the country. Thank you once again for giving me this opportunity, and all the best to the organizers. Namaskar and Jai Hind.
थैंक यू वेरी मच सर। दूरदर्शी एवं हरियाणा में प्रगति के अग्रणी, रणनीतिक सोच और नवाचार के प्रोत्साहक स्रोत एवं जिनके मार्गदर्शन में विश्वविद्यालय नित नए आयाम छू रहा है, मैं माननीय मुख्य अतिथि महामहिम कुलाधिपति श्री बंडारू दत्तात्रेय को सभा को संबोधित करने और आशीर्वचनों के लिए आमंत्रित करते हैं।
Professor Raj Nehru, Vice Chancellor, Sri Vishwakarma Skill University, Professor R.S. Rathod, Registrar, Sri Vishwakarma Skill University, Professor Neetu Bhatnagar, Registrar, Manipal University, Jaipur, Professor Rajveer Singh Shekhawat, Dean, FOE, Manipal University, Jaipur, Professor Jyoti Rana, Dean, Academic Affairs, the Vishwakarma Skill University, students, researchers, other esteemed participants from India and abroad. Very good morning to all of you. I am delighted to be among you in an academic event which is so relevant and important today. As we are all engaged in build back process after undergoing multiple sufferings due to COVID-19 pandemic. Ladies and gentlemen, technology has great role in human life. It helps us deal with everyday's dynamic things. We know well how technology offers multiple tools to boost development, exchange information, solve problems, and make life easy for us. COVID showed our technological resilience in combating COVID-19. It proved our technological capability to rise to the occasion. Today, the world recognizes India as a hub of innovations and hope for humanity. You all are also aware of the Direct Benefit Transfer Scheme, a major reform initiative to re-engineer existing delivery process, ensuring better and timely delivery of benefits using information and communication technology. Over 400 schemes from 56 ministries, departments are being implemented under this Direct Benefit Transfer Scheme. Therefore, I congratulate Sri Vishwakarma Skill University, Palwal, and Manipal University, Jaipur, for jointly organizing the second international conference on startup ventures, technology developments, and future strategies. Ladies and gentlemen, startups are emerging as one of the key pillars of the new India and gearing up like anything to make significant contributions towards realizing the goal of $5 trillion economy. It's a matter of pride for all that India is today the third largest startup ecosystem in the world after United States and China, with over 65,000 startups. It is getting stronger day by day. On May 2nd, India saw the birth of its 100th unicorn Bangalore-based neo-banking startup. Open has become India's 100th startup after raising $50 million. A large number of startups have been registered on GEM portal, and they are getting huge orders from the public entities. There is a need for continuously promoting the startup ecosystem in the country. The Government of India, as a part of Startup Initiative, has implemented Fund of Funds for Startup Scheme and Startup India Seed Fund scheme across all over the state and UTs to promote private investment in startups. Under the Startup India Seed Fund scheme, 945 crore has been sanctioned for a period of 4 years, starting from 21 to 22. Ladies and gentlemen, startups and the entire ecosystem are the engines of growth for any country. We need to create a positive ambience on the campuses of higher education institutes where students feel motivated to think out of the box. More and more successful startup means more jobs with lesser amount of investment. If we encourage our students to translate their ideas into business models, we will be making a great contribution towards the goal of Atmanirbhar Bharat, which our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji has got a lot of emphasis on this. Technological startups in particular have their own importance. According to NASSCOM, the Indian technology startup landscape has evolved to become the fourth largest in the world. Since 2010, there has been a significant rise in the growth of technology startups. Nearly 50% of recognized startups are from Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. Recognized startups are spread across over the 640 districts and have reported the creation of more than 7 lakh jobs. More than 20% of recognized startups are in sectors such as automotive, green technology, healthcare, life sciences, renewable energy, etc. Over 4,500 recognized startups are in sectors like construction, household services, logistics, real estate, transportation, and storage, contributing toward the urban concern. Let us encourage people to identify good practices, learn from each other, and help each other to create favorable policy landscape for our startups. Mentorship to emerging the startup is very important. Here, I have to mention 2 points. One is in this new scheme, more women should be encouraged and more women startups and entrepreneurship should be given on priority. And also, particularly for the sections of the underprivileged persons, that is SC, OBC, ST. These type of people also should be encouraged. And thirdly, it should be rurally based. And whatever the local need is there, local need is to be more prioritized. And the research should be made on the basis of local needs. Then only, as the Prime Minister has decided that the local to global. So then only the startups can prosper more. Because as I have already mentioned, the need of the hour is the local based and need based. For that, the research and innovation with the new technologies, which can generate more employment, that should be given priority. And other thing also, I want to make it clear that particularly for the areas like more agriculture dominated areas like Punjab, Haryana, even Rajasthan, even UP, Bihar, more agro processing units. This is the need of the hour, where this agro processing will be more on rural based and less investment and will get more jobs. So that's why I once again that I definitely hopeful that this celebration should be the second international conference on the startup ventures, technology developments and future strategies will be a great use for researchers and academicians, technocrats and aspiring startups. I am glad to know that Startup Mela is also being organized, which will provide an ideal platform for startups to showcase their products in front of all accomplished and informed audience. It will be a good opportunity for them to connect with the investors and facilitator, wherein associated products, solutions, and services can be showcased to seek mentorship and funding. I wish the conference all success. Thank you. Jai Hind.
थैंक यू वेरी मच सर। आपके अनुभव और मार्गदर्शन से दोनों विश्वविद्यालयों को स्टार्टअप्स एवं आत्मनिर्भर भारत की ओर वैचारिक दिशा प्रदान करने के लिए आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर। अब मैं धन्यवाद ज्ञापित करने के लिए प्रोफेसर ज्योति राणा, डीन एकेडमिक्स, श्री विश्वकर्मा कौशल विश्वविद्यालय को आमंत्रित करती हूँ कि वे आएं और धन्यवाद प्रस्ताव प्रस्तुत करें। ओवर टू यू मैम।
Namaskar to everyone. I hope I am audible.
Yes, ma'am, you are.
Thank you. I, on behalf of Shri Vishwakarma Skill University and Manipal University, Jaipur, and the entire academic community, express the most sincere thanks to Chief Guest, His Excellency Shri Bandaru Dattatreya Ji, Honorable Governor of Haryana and Chancellor of Shri Vishwakarma Skill University, Haryana, who gave his vital time from his busy schedule to grace this international conference. Honorable Governor emphasized on the growth of startups and brought the significance of startups as a growth engine of the country and a way forward to Atmanirbhar nation, Atmanirbhar Bharat. He also focused on the local needs and local to global, and I'm sure the researchers will craft their research around these facts. Thank you very much, sir. I want to thank guest of honor of the day, Shri Raj Neluji, Vice Chancellor, Shri Vishwakarma Skill University, for sharing insights on how to make India a strong financial economy with the boost of startups and ideas. Thank you very much, sir. Gratitude to Mr. Pragun Jindal Khaitan and congratulations to him, the VC and MD Jindal Aluminium Limited, who has done a remarkable work in this area. We are very thankful to him. Further heartfelt thanks to Professor Rajiv Singh Shekhawat, Dean, Faculty of Engineering, Manipal University, Jaipur, registrars of both the universities, Shri Vishwakarma Skill University and Manipal University, Jaipur, Professor R.S. Rathore and Professor Neetu Bhatnagar for their opening remarks and welcome address, who started this conference with the wonderful start and setting the context. Sincere thanks to Chief Patron, co-patrons, and patrons of the International Conference, who have conceptualized this conference in a wonderful way. I also want to thank conference chairs, Professor Ashish and Dr. Kulwant Singh, who conceptualized it and made all the efforts in connecting delegates from the nation and other countries like USA, South Korea, Taiwan, Germany, and Denmark. A very heartfelt thanks to all of you. I would like to place my hearty thanks to all the distinguished speakers from Korea, from the eminent institutions of India and abroad, delegates, volunteers, and participators, because of whom we made this international conference possible. We are fortunate to thank the dedicated and well-motivated organizing team of the conference. We thank the co-organizers of this international conference, anchors of the day. We thank you for being with us. It has remained a pronounced pleasure for all of us. Have a great day ahead. Thank you so very much.
थैंक यू वेरी मच मैम। मैं आप सभी से अंत में अनुरोध करती हूँ कि कृपया ग्रुप फोटोग्राफ के लिए आप सभी अपना वेबकैम प्लीज स्विच ऑन कर लीजिए। We are just taking the snaps, so please please switch on your webcams. We are thankful to all the participants and dignitaries for being present with us. With the permission of chair, can we end the session, sir?
Yes, please go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. All the best, Dr. Kulwant and Professor Rashish. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you and congratulations to Professor Ashish and Dr. Kulwant Singh and the whole organizing team. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. So now we have scheduled for the first keynote by Professor Park from South Korea. So very shortly we will connect and thankful to sir also. He joined the inauguration function also. He is here. We can see. Thank you so much, sir. Yeah. So sir, just I will connect you shortly on MS Team. That link is there to all participants. So all participants are requested to join now keynote talk. Thank you.
I understand we have to switch over to Zoom, right? I mean,
Yes, sir.
To Teams.
Yeah, 2 Teams, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'll exit and I'll rejoin on Teams.
Sir, for MS Team link, just I think shared by Dr. Tanishwar Mishra ji. So just you can join from there after switching from here.
Okay, we'll do that.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. See you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Preeti ma'am. Thank you.
All participants, once again, I request you please join the MS Team link for the keynote talk, and Professor Park will talk about the advancement in MEMS devices and technology. And I'm very much sure that session will be very, very useful for all of us. As all of you know that automation is not possible without sensor technology, and MEMS is playing a very key role in that. So please, all of you, request you join shortly because time is running behind. Okay, thank you so much once again to all participants, all the dignitaries. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Ashish sir. Thank you, Preeti ma'am. Thank you, Gulwan. Thank you.
Thank you.